So I wanted to give a shout out and a review of Porcelain. I want to give a shout out to Porcelain, and I want to give a review of the first part of his documentary called Terrorsperg, which is a documentary about Mersh, who is the host of Nightwave, and also appears with his alter ego on Revenge of the Sis. Now, what I liked so much about this documentary, what a lot of people don't understand is those of us that have been victimized by Daywave, Nightwave, the ROTC family of shows in general, many of us don't know who these people are. We know they're walking jokes, which I think is what adds to well, at least with me, that adds to the frustration that a bunch of audio visual rejects for like the nerd squad of the AV department that just got out, that they're the ones that are making this crap up about us and slandering us and all this. It lets you know about what a pathetic person Mersh actually is. What a pathetic drug addict, a pathetic alcoholic, a pathetic person all around, and an immoral person he is. And I think that's a good thing that people, what this does is this gives their victims a chance to understand these people as they really are. Not as the false selves, the narcissistic false self that they're projecting out onto the world. It also let me know that Styxhammer, I think when I knew about him, he was Styxhammer 666. Now he's Styxhexenhammer or something. And I'm not a fan of Styxhammer. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Styxhammer. I mentioned him in previous videos. But what I do like is it shows that they did to Styxhexenhammer exactly what they did to me, which was to try and make him appear as a pedophile when he clearly is not a pedophile. And that was what was very interesting. I liked that was covered, and it let me know, they've done this to other people. Okay, they've done this to other people. The other thing that I found interesting is people have told me that in the past that Royce was a Satanist. Look, this new brew of Satanism, this satanic temple crap, the Church of Satan becoming an uber liberal, whatever the hell it is now, it attracts people like, that gentleman, like Royce, that are about, 250 pounds overweight, and that that damage their bodies by taking drugs. Drug use was something that was very much against the original tenets of original LaVeyan Satanism. I don't know if he's a LaVeyan Satanist or some goofy theistic type of Satanist. I don't know exactly what kind of Satanist he is. But what I find so interesting about that is my former friend, as she blurted out on Daywave over and over again, clutching her pearls and going, "He is a Satanist. He is a Satanist." Well, apparently Royce being a Satanist doesn't bother her. Hatman being a Satanist doesn't bother her. Mersh being whatever the hell he is doesn't bother her. Okay. Now, with me, I haven't actually been a Satanist. I was actually not a Satanist when I knew her, which was actually kind of humorous. So that's what's funny. I was a Satanist. I quit being a Satanist when I was, I guess, about 25. It might have been a little bit later than that when I started ascribing to, I started practicing scientific pantheism. I had already known about things like cosmotheism and the creativity religion and things like that, but I started actually embracing a sort of non-denominational concept of scientific pantheism, as I stated in my one video earlier today about Ralph Waldo Emerson and American Transcendentalism or New England Transcendentalism. That's when that philosophy started clicking with me, and I realized, that Satanism wasn't all it was cracked up to be, especially this new brew of Satanism that attracts people like, Royce. Literally somebody that looks like he is a hippopotamus, which explains the name of hippo juice. But the thing is, it paints a picture of like I said, because Mersh and Royce are basically like boyfriends, it actually paints a picture that shows how deranged these two are, how absolutely seriously deranged they are, and how they will do anything to profit from someone else's misery. For example, what they did to Styx Hexhammer. That was not cool. It's what they did to me too. Okay? The benefit they have with me though is they have somebody willing to lie. But yeah, I think that Porsalin, I think he did a very good job on this documentary. I think that I'm going to leave a link to the documentary, and I think everybody should watch the documentary. Everybody should share the documentary on every platform they can. As many people that can need to see this documentary so that they can understand the comical and pathetic nature of the people that are harassing them, stalking them, and otherwise just trying to intimidate them, terrorize them, etc. These people, the ROTC family of shows, are just wretched people. They are cyber terrorists. But the thing is, you need to put them in their place by seeing what they are. Like, to quote Anton LaVey, the best way to exorcise a demon is to call it by its name. And these modern day demons, as I have said, these are psychic vampires, and I'm quoting from a part of the Satanic Bible that deals with, well, paraphrasing from a part of the Satanic Bible that deals with psychic vampirism. These modern day demons are no different. You recognize them for what they are: lowly, pathetic, useless, tiny people that have a platform on the internet and utilize it to harass, terrorize, intimidate, and manipulate people that, really haven't done anything to anybody, but they go out of their way to humiliate people that did nothing to nobody. One of my favorite examples is Adrasdia, because I don't think that person has done anything to anyone, except, she posts some YouTube videos. She might ask for a couple dollars here or there, but what do they do? What do they do? They're grifting way more than Adrasdia is. They're raking in the bucks way more than Adrasdia is. And they're harming a lot more people, both directly and indirectly, than Adrasdia is. So the thing is, I don't think Adrasdia is harming anybody, honestly. I just think she needs a couple bucks here or there for whatever reason. But the point that I would like to make is what they're doing is grifting. What Adrasdia is doing is, just asking for some money. She's panhandling on YouTube. What they're doing is grifting. What they're doing is more or less extortion in some ways. Like what they tried to do to Adrasdia was literally extortion, trying to extort money out of her to pay Virgie. I mean, these people are awful people. They are just plain awful people. And that's all for this video.